I'm in the outback town of Silverton, and over the years so many feature films and commercials have been made here, and in fact once you get to this town you feel like you're in one big movie set. It's so gorgeous, it really is. Now today I'm here for two reasons. Firstly, to check out this unique pub. It is fantastic. And the other reason is there's a Mad Max movie buff who's just opened a museum, and you won't believe it. The Silverton Hotel oozes atmosphere from the minute you walk through the swinging doors. The walls are covered with photographic testimonials of past characters and the movies that have been shot here. It's everything you want in a laid-back country hotel. These three have a good story to tell. Enos in the middle here, well, her family owned the place for around 60 years, and recently Peter and Patsy Price took over.
I've been all over Australia, but there's nothing quite like Silverton anywhere.
There's a population of 45, but what about at its peak?
Oh, 3,000.
Really? 3,000?
10 hotels, 3 breweries.
There were 10 hotels here?
Yep.
You're kidding. Patsy grew up right opposite the pub, so Silverton means so much to her. And with Pete, they create the most welcoming front bar.
We're getting a large European content through the summer, and school holidays, we have our highs and lows, but it just seems, as you've seen today, Chris, it's a constant flow of people in and out the door, and just they come to Silverton for 2 hours and stay here for 2 days because they just love the atmosphere and what's around.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, just up the road from the pub is a brand new museum. Now, you've heard of Mad Max. Well, this is Mad Adrian. Of all the sea changes and tree changes you've ever heard of, this is, well...
I think just a mad obsession, I think, really.
Going back a couple of years, Adrian Bennett, a mechanic, and wife Linda were a normal couple living in Bradford, Yorkshire with their 4 sons. His mates dragged him along to a double of Mad Max 1 and 2, and something happened.
Just after that point, I was just blown away. It was unbelievable what I'd seen on screen. I just couldn't take it all in. It was just, you know, from the opening credits of the first film to the closing credits of Mad Max 2, I was just blown away. And life was, from then on, had just changed completely for me.
Yes, and for Adrian's family too. He talks about Mad Max every waking moment. You see, Mad Max 2 was shot around Silverton, so he just had to live here at any cost.
I think seeing Silverton on the screen in the film always appealed. The roads, the landscape, everything about it. Once I'd been here to visit, it was just fantastic. You know, it just felt like home.
What was your first impression? You come to Australia and you're taken out here to Silverton. What did you think?
Oh, it's a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing for and one movie that affected him. Even though there was 1, 2 and 3, it was 2 that gripped him.
Linda told me on the quiet that he's watched the second movie over 200 times. And some nights when they're about to head out, Adrian says, well, I might just stay in. And he puts the movie on again. I've never come across an obsession like this, but it has to be said, he is the most likeable bloke. He really is. All that aside, his collection is spectacular and extensive. The cars alone are worth a visit. What's so special about this one?
Well, this car, I bought it in Texas,
Yep.
imported it to England, built the car into the Interceptor, then brought it all the way back to Australia.
Okay, so it's done some travelling this time. Is there any chance I could have a listen to it start up?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Beautiful, okay. This helmet is a replica worn by one of the bad guys. It was made from an early firefighter's breathing apparatus, and the fork below it dates back to 1838, a replica of the one Mad Max used in the film to eat dog food with. During our visit, Adrian was beside himself because Mad Max 4 is actually being shot right now just out of town. Adrian can't sleep. No matter what your passion is, you have to be impressed with Adrian's collection. You can see that he and his long-suffering wife Linda have put everything they've got into this. Hey, thanks for having us today. We have loved this. You've got a great setup. It's brilliant. It really is.
You're welcome. But is it okay now if I release the security?
The what? Oh. Oh, my God. How long have they been standing there? The Mad Max Museum is in Silverton, just up from the pub. Fan or not, you'll have a great time.